Have you ever wondered why some men seem to have everything going for them? Good looks, money, intelligence, even confidence, yet women keep walking away? The answer is rarely found in their appearance. It's usually hidden in their behavior. As the African proverb says, character is like smoke. It cannot be hidden forever. A first impression may open a door, but behavior determines whether someone stays. Many men believe women only leave because they found someone richer, taller, or more attractive. While that can happen, relationship researchers consistently show that long-term attraction depends far more on emotional safety, trustworthiness, respect, and healthy communication than on superficial traits. The behaviors we're about to discuss are not red flags, because women are overly sensitive. They're behaviors that often trigger fear, emotional exhaustion, or a sense that a relationship may become unhealthy over time. Let's explore the male behaviors that drive many women away and, more importantly, what to do instead. Special greetings to all our viewers around the world. Wherever you are and wherever you're watching us from around the world, welcome to Danis Success Protocol. Thank you for joining us for another powerful edition of our inspiring talk show, a place where the timeless wisdom meets practical success, where minds are sharpened, perspectives are transformed, and ordinary people discover extraordinary possibilities. Today, we'll explore life-changing ideas, uncover powerful principles, and share insights that can help you build stronger relationships, achieve greater success, and become the very best version of yourself. So get comfortable, open your mind, and stay with us until the very end, because what you're about to hear may be exactly what you need at this moment in your life. The topic of our discussion today is male behavior that scares 99% of women away. In other words, the mindset and character of some men that keep them jumping from one relationship to the other, trying different women without finding a lasting partner. But before we delve into that, may I ask you to please take a moment to subscribe to our channel. Also tap on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our future videos. We would also appreciate your questions and comments. Thank you. Now, without further ado, let's begin. Our first point of note is, when a man is being extremely controlling. One of the fastest ways to destroy attraction is trying to control another person's life. Control often disguises itself as love. It sounds like, don't wear that, delete that guy, why are you always talking to your family? Share your location every minute. Some men believe controlling behavior proves they care. But unknown to such men, most women experience it as a warning sign. Relationship psychology has long distinguished healthy concern from coercive control. Healthy partners discuss boundaries and expectations together. Controlling partners attempt to dictate them. For example, let's consider this case. James started dating Ada. At first, he called often because he cared. Within 3 months, he chose her clothes, criticized her friends, checked her phone, questioned every outling. Ada eventually realized she wasn't in a relationship. She was under surveillance. She left. As a Chinese proverb says, if you love the bird, do not cage it. Healthy love creates security. Control creates fear. Second point of note, explosive anger over small issues. Everyone gets angry, it's natural, but not everyone becomes frightening. Many women pay close attention to how a man handles frustration. Why? Because today's broken plate could become tomorrow's broken trust, or worse. Warning signs include screaming, punching walls, throwing objects, road rage, insulting waiters at a restaurant or hotel, humiliating people in public. Research on conflict and relationships consistently shows that contempt, hostility, and aggressive conflict styles predict relationship dissatisfaction and an instability. For example, Michael never hit his girlfriend, but every disagreement became a shouting match. He slammed doors, he broke his phone, he punched furniture. She eventually thought, if this is how he reacts over dinner, what happens during a real crisis? As an African proverb reminds us, the fire you play with today may burn down tomorrow's house. Emotional self-control is attractive, uncontrolled anger is intimidating. Third point of note, constant jealousy without evidence. Healthy concern says, I value this relationship. Unhealthy jealousy says, I don't trust you. A jealous man often accuses without proof, interrogates constantly, assumes the worst, becomes suspicious of everyone. Ironically, excessive jealousy often damages the very relationship the person wants to protect. Let's take this case for example. Every time Sarah smiled at a coworker, David started an argument. Eventually, Sarah stopped smiling. Then she stopped talking. Finally, she stopped loving him. Trust cannot survive endless suspicion. Point number 4, chronic dishonesty. Nothing scares emotional, mature women faster than discovering that a man lies easily. Small lies become bigger lies. If he lies about where he was, money, messages, promises, she naturally begins to ask herself, what else don't I know? Trust is one of the strongest predictors of relationship quality. Without it, affection slowly disappears. As the English proverb says, a lie has many variations, the truth has only one face. Point number 5, disrespecting women in general. Pay attention to how a man talks about women. If every ex is crazy, every female boss is evil, every successful woman is arrogant, many women begin wondering, when will he start talking about me that way? Respect isn't selective, it's a habit. Point number 6, emotional manipulation. Manipulation can be subtle. Examples include guilt tripping, silent treatment used as punishment, emotional blackmail, love bombing. Followed by withdrawal, making someone feel responsible for your emotions. Healthy relationships rely on honest communication rather than emotional games. Let's take this case for example. Whenever Grace expressed concern, Maxwell disappeared for 3 days. Then he returned acting normal. Eventually, Grace stopped expressing herself. The relationship slowly died. As the Yoruba proverb says, words are like eggs. Once broken, they cannot be put back together. Communication should solve problems, not become a weapon. Point number 7, refusing to accept responsibility. Nothing becomes exhausting faster than dating someone who is never wrong. Every mistake becomes your fault, society's fault, family's fault, coworkers' fault, but never theirs. Psychologists often note that accountability is closely linked to emotional maturity. People who can acknowledge mistakes are generally better equipped to repair trust after conflict. Mature people apologize, immature people explain. Point number 8. Disrespecting personal boundaries. Healthy relationships require consent and respect. Ignoring no, invading privacy, pressuring someone into intimacy, or dismiss clearly stated boundaries can quickly make someone feel unsafe. Respecting boundaries doesn't weaken attraction and it strengthens trust. For example, let's consider this case scenario. After only a few weeks of dating, a man repeatedly showed up at his partner's workplace despite her asking him not to. He thought it was romantic, but she experienced it as intrusive. Their expectations were different, but the key issue was that her clearly expressed boundary wasn't respected. Point number 9. Living without purpose. This doesn't mean every man needs to be wealthy. Many women admire men who are still building their lives. What often becomes unattractive is a complete lack of direction. A man who avoids responsibility, refuses to grow, or expects others to carry him may create uncertainty about the future. Purpose is attractive because it signals commitment, resilience, and responsibility, not because it guarantees riches. As a Japanese proverb says, vision without action is a daydream. Point number 10, disrespecting everyone around him. Watch how a man treats waiters, cleaners, security guards, drivers, children, elderly people. Character is most clearly when a nothing to gain. If kindness is reserved only for people who are useful, many women recognize that the same treatment could eventually be directed toward them. As Maya Angelou famously observed, when someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. Point number 11, making her feel emotionally unsafe. One of the strongest predictors of a healthy relationship is emotional safety. This means a person feels they can express concerns, make mistakes, and be themselves without constant ridicule, intimidation, or humiliation. Emotional safety grows when both partners listen, respect disagreements, avoid insults, repair conflicts, support each other's growth. Fear may create compliance. It never creates genuine love. Point number 12, believing masculinity means dominating others. Confidence is not domination. Strength is not intimidation. Leadership is not dictatorship. Healthy masculinity combines confidence with humility, courage with self-control, and conviction with respect. As the Roman philosopher Marcus Aurelius wrote, the best revenge is not to be like your enemy. Real strength is measured not by how much power you can exert over others, but by how wisely you use the power you have. Now, the question a good man should be asking is this: what truly attracts emotionally healthy women? The reality is that many women are drawn not to perfection, but to qualities that help build a stable, respectful relationship, such as emotional maturity, honesty, confidence without arrogance, self-control, accountability, respect for boundaries, reliability, purpose and ambition, kindness, consistent communication. These qualities don't guarantee every relationship will succeed, but they create a stronger foundation for trust and mutual respect. In conclusion, here's a truth many men discover too late. Women are often less afraid of imperfect men than they are of unsafe behavior. A man can be average-looking, still building his career, and learning from mistakes, and still be deeply attractive if he is trustworthy, respectful, emotionally mature, and dependable. Conversely, a man may possess charm, status, or wealth, but if his behavior creates fear, insecurity, or emotional exhaustion, attraction can fade quickly. As another African proverb wisely says, the tree is known by its fruit. Your habits reveal your character. Your character shapes your relationships, and your relationships often shape the direction of your life. So instead of asking, how do I make women stay? Ask a better question. Am I becoming the kind of man whose character inspires trust, respect, and genuine partnership? Because in the end, lasting attraction is not built on intimidation or control, it is built on integrity. Thank you for watching. If this message resonates with you, kindly do well to share it with your loved ones. Also remember to subscribe to our channel and tap on the notification bell so you get informed whenever we post a new video. And please don't forget to give us a like and drop your comment. Bye for now.